Did you know that Raft has fireworks? Neither did I, so this is going to be a really fun day. And I was really excited to find out you can put them down on your raft. And then launch them as quickly as you could possibly press E. They all fly into the sky and make an enormous explosion for you. But then it was also sad to learn you only can launch them as fast as you can press E, and only once before they despawn. But that's still a little bit of fun. But then luckily for us, I'm too stupid to quit at that. And I've discovered what's called a firework launcher, so you can fire them all at the same time. Not only that, you can fire them as many times as you want, so I can basically recreate the sun as much as I want. And this is only 8 fireworks on half a tile, so things are going to escalate nicely today. And if my auto clicker is any indication, the game can handle a lot of fireworks without any problem whatsoever. So something today is definitely going to melt in horrible, horrible fashion. So let's double the amount of fireworks to 16. 16 fireworks on a single tile. I really love how many of them can fit. That looks like that. Let's try that from a less sunny angle. That's a pretty big wad of fireworks going way up there. But then if I auto click that, oh, that's magnificent. I don't know what's happening, but that's absolutely perfect. So if you've ever wondered how to make the game lag with 16 fireworks, this is how to do it. And the best part is, I'll never ever lose my raft again, because all I need to do is launch fireworks to find it. It's like a beacon home. And when I get really lost, I can just hit the auto clicker, and there's the raft, somewhere out there on the horizon amongst the fireball. Listen to the sound it's making. I think the sound is going to be more damaging than anything. Fireworks are traditionally used at night. So what do they look like at night? That's much better. You can see them clearer. We can change the color of them, but you have to do that individually, and I'm not changing a million fireworks individually. What I will do for you is use my auto clicker to melt the computer and make it go off. I think it looks really good at night, but let's escalate a little. We can also point them in fun directions too. I don't know if that has a benefit yet, but we'll find out if it does. I think that can actually be used as a weapon, so if we find something to weapon, we will. After reading, I think it was one of the birds you can kill with fireworks, so yeah. Well, if they can be killed by fireworks, they will be, because there's going to be a lot of fireworks around. For now, I'm just going to let them fly around and do their thing. Well, there's about double the amount of fireworks again, which looks like that, which is a really big burst for just one little salvo. But the game still handles that perfectly fine. This isn't my auto clicker, but you get the idea. We can put so many fireworks around. The sound is getting really weird. I think we're overdue to expand our raft just a little bit. Okay, while we're at it, let's try a bit of the paint. So we're going to change some of the fireworks to reds and blues and yellows. I've never actually painted anything before in Raft. It's kind of fun. It's definitely pretty tedious though doing individual fireworks, so I'm not going to do this much. Alright, we have a nice multitude of colors, somewhat rainbow-like I suppose. Not sure if that's going to matter amongst the daytime sky. I think we also launch those straight into the sun. Luckily I have a solution for that, and when they'll go up in a big wad, it's hard to see individual colors. What is that? A whale? Is there whales in Raft? Is there whales at night in Raft? I've never seen a whale before, and I didn't add that. I guess there's whales in Raft. They must like fireworks. Anyways, trying to get back to my color orientation. Yeah, they all just come across as a fireball when there's that many. Can't imagine why. There's only like 60 on the raft so far. This is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see how big this escalates. Also, did you know you can make a flying raft? I'll do a video on that eventually. Anyways, we've laid down 50 fireworks on the raft so far. Let's escalate a little bit. I'm going to put them a little bit messier now because it's quicker. I'm also going to use an auto clicker to basically go like this. And there's another 50. So that's what 100 fireworks looks like fired into the sun. And it's a little bit brighter now. You can actually see it beside the sun at least. 100 fireworks from the distance. Big explosion. The game handles it just fine. They fire them so tall though. You got to sit way back to be able to see that. It doesn't like the auto clicker at 100 fireworks so much, and they explode a lot lower for some reason. That's magnificent nonetheless. I've always wanted to make a mushroom cloud in Raft. I've decided to add a few helpers while we're here, because I'm not sure how they're going to interact with the fireworks. It's mostly a case of just science. So while they're wandering around getting in my way, annoying me, I'm going to try and add 100 more, so we're going to double the amount of fireworks again. And if any of the animals do get hurt by fireworks, we're going to find out really soon. They can't walk through these, so you could actually make pens out of fireworks, and then you get a multiple effect. You get cages for them and fireworks. Okay, we've doubled the amount of fireworks again. I don't really have any more room on my raft, but let's let that go. The animals seem perfectly fine with that, and there's a new sun in the sky. That's actually considerably brighter than the sun so far. And this is only 200 fireworks. I tried to paint some of the goats. Turns out you can't, but then I realized you can pick up the animals and put them on top of the fireworks, so they'll be less in the way up here. Okay, I did one more ring around this raft, which is actually a lot of room for fireworks if you place them halfway efficiently, so I'm going to see if I can get maybe double the amount of fireworks again. At some point, the game is going to give up, or something is legitimately going to light on fire. We're going to find out which.
I mean, new graphics cards are coming out soon, so...
Basically, the circumference is getting a lot bigger every time we add a layer to the raft, and I don't know why I'm explaining that. You're watching a video where this is happening. I don't think you care about circumferences. What you care about is fireballs in the sky. There's the sun. That is so much brighter than the sun. That's fantastic. All right, let's fire a few waves up. That's starting to get laggy. We cannot do that too quickly at all, but the sun's gone. There's so many fun ideas now. I don't really know where to go with them all. For now, I'm just going to set these adrift. They're kind of killing the vibe of my raft. If you're not explosive, you have no business being here. Look at this stowaway trying to hide amongst the fireworks. You're not welcome here. You belong in the water now. Also, there's dolphins. I'm pretty sure I've seen these before, but I think they might also be somewhat rare. What's even rarer though is firing, I think, 400 fireworks into the sky all at once. That makes an actual mushroom cloud. And I can only do that a few times before the game slows down a whole lot, but that's magnificent. And on a single launch, the game is still perfectly fine, so I'm pretty sure we could probably get 10,000 fireworks to launch at once. Just gonna take a little bit of creative planning. I've gone ahead and why just straight up spawned in this island, because I think it's the one that has the vending machine on it. Which I was correct about, but I bet you also get a really nice view of the fireworks from way up here. Actually, this is a really good height. They explode at about eye level, so let's fire a few of those off. We can't miss an opportunity like this. That was about 400 fireworks. We're still going to escalate to 10,000. The only thing here, aside from a cool pirate hat that I would be interested in, is probably the detail plank, but that's going to be an entirely different adventure. Also, I'm not really sure who owns or operates this thing, but I'd probably just rob them blind because they're never around to be seen. So I know there's also some cool stuff on Utopia we can find. This is probably going to break a lot of things. Especially considering I've already gotten my raft somehow stuck in the center of it all. But since I'm here anyway, how do they like fireworks? I think that actually stops. It hits the thing and stops, which I didn't expect. So now we can have short-range fireworks. Interesting. It would take a long time to clear Utopia, I've realized, so that's kind of a moot point. Let's just keep adding fireworks to this thing. So let's go one more layer around the outside, and that'll give us plenty of room for more fireworks. We're just going to keep going around and around in circles until we've got no room left. I think we were at about 400 before, so let's turn that up to about 1,000. 1,000 fireworks should be fun. This actually goes alarmingly quick. Normally these things take a little bit of time. This one, surprisingly fast, but we can lay these down and make it quick. So maybe that means I'll actually get to sleep tonight. So if you've ever wondered what 1,000 fireworks looks like, this. And I think it's rather beautiful. The game, however, might disagree. It was a little laggy when it launched, but it actually is perfectly fine with that, and that's far brighter than the sun. Can we do it twice? Doing it twice, it's a little laggier again, but it still works. Oh, the sound is a little delayed, though I walked all the way across the raft before it gave me the sound, and it's still doing it. I guess now the only thing to do is double the amount to 2,000 fireworks.
Today's video is brought to you by my coffee Apple brain, which doesn't function properly at all anymore, and that's why I do these things.
I'm literally spending my days trying to find the most efficient way to place fireworks on a raft. There is something very satisfying and somehow therapeutic about this, though. And I really do enjoy the fact that I'm walking on a layer of fireworks right now. Okay, we're going to go a little bit over the amount we needed. I do also need a spot to stand right there, but there's 2,100 fireworks so far. That looks like a lot of fun. The game probably not going to agree so much, but that's very nice. So the only thing left to do now is launch it. The game didn't love that, but it actually still did that perfectly fine. But we know it can launch several thousand at once without issue. It's when you stack them up like this that the game complains. That was 2 launches. And the sound goes a little bit screwy for a while, but that's the least of my problems. We're going to try and escalate now. Let's go from 2,000 to 4,000. Okay, before expanding, we need to see what this looks like from a distance because the game is starting to get a little bit unreliable. It just crashed really, really hard, but that's so much fun. Look how big that is compared to an island. I can really only do this a limited amount of times right now though because the game is absolutely going to quit on me. But let's double the amount of fireworks. There's always room for more something. One more little corner to go and there's only 200 left. We actually squeezed 4,000 on this raft so far. And I've just turned to look at this for the first time and it looks ridiculous. But in case you've ever wondered what 4,000 fireworks on a raft looks like, and you can see the garbage going by is just a touch laggy. This would actually be a cool angle to launch at. There they go. The game was perfectly fine with that, really. Why is there a seagull flying by? Okay, the seagull froze. We broke the seagull. Yeah, I don't think the game liked that very much. I'm really starting to suspect it's a sound issue at this point, so we might just turn up the sound to get a lot more performance. Under normal circumstances, that's actually a really big raft, but under these circumstances, it's a really big raft covered in fireworks for some reason, which when launched looks something like this. It worked! It launched them, and it has a big fireball in the sky above it. Now the game's going to take a minute to think about what it's done. It's like a cross between popcorn popping and CPUs melting. Okay, now I think we need to add more, but I'm going to do a back and forth technique that's probably going to be faster and easier because the game's getting a little bit laggy for some reason. I probably only need to go about this far because they do place very tightly, and even this is actually a long ways. Starting to wonder if this might have actually been overkill because I don't know if the game is going to handle this because this is actually a really big space. Because this is 4,000, the next 4,000 is going to go to about here. It's actually probably pretty close to what we need, strangely. Okay, now to see if there's a way to place all of these without ruining anything. I'm hoping I can just go like this and walk back and forth along the fireworks I'm placing on the ground. So far I've got about 3 strips down and that took up about 400 spots. Not sure what's happening there. I think the game is just hiccuping a little bit. Yeah, the game can't actually place them this fast anymore because it's just kind of galloping around. So yay, lucky me, I get to do this in small little bursts now, so it takes 10 times longer than it has to. For some reason though, when I side do it, I guess the speed is just perfect for it to still place enough. I could probably just go like this, so I'm going to go back and forth like a typewriter. I think I really found the magic now. If I sit close to the edge, I can really orient myself so I get a nice tight spread on these. And good news, there's only 4,000 more to go, so there's officially 6,000 fireworks on the raft so far. This is the road we're officially going to run out. We're down to the final 50. So with that, we've added 9,999 fireworks to the raft. And we have that much left over, so we're going to need a few more. I am pretty happy the game isn't super leggy about placing these anymore. I thought it was going to get really rough by this point. But so far, we placed 11,500 on the raft, and we got a few more rows to go. So it'll be about 12,000 all said and done. Actually, really close to 12,000 overall. I don't know if these are going to launch, but we're certainly going to find out. So let's find ourselves a position and launch. I don't know if it's going to go. It's just very, very slow. Amazing. 10,000 fireworks at once. And it makes an enormous fireball in the sky that probably lights up, well, half the earth. And then the sound goes screwy for a little while, but if I hold still, I think it's going to be okay. Naturally, we need to try and view this monstrosity at a distance to see what that does to the sky and everything. So let's try it from, say, here. And the game really isn't liking this very much at all. That's pretty wild. Wow, it's a big cube. And then it turns into a big explosion in the sky that more or less crashes the game. Okay, the game keeps crashing after I fire the fireworks for some reason. But I've turned the sound off and also turned it a little bit tonight so we can hopefully see it a little bit better and to see if no sound makes it any easier for the game to cope with. Because it doesn't seem to be a graphics problem, it seems to be a sound problem. I mean, the game doesn't love that obviously, but then there seems to be after effects from the sound, but if the sound is off, it doesn't seem so bad. Okay, never mind. Turning the sound off helps a little, but the game still generally crashes after one single launch, so I need to close the game and restart it. But we do get one beautiful, beautiful launch before that happens. And I'm very happy with this result. Honestly, didn't think we'd get past 5,000 fireworks. But we got 12,000, and we could probably squeeze a few more in there if we felt so inclined, but I think this is a pretty fine result. I'm very happy with this. So I guess it's just on to the next stupidity then.